I wouldn't say I'm amazed. I'm proud of my team. We came out and played hard. It's something that we've been working on all season, but we're finally starting to click. And we knew that was what we were supposed to do, and that's what we did. It was pretty long overdue. I think it started to click during the SEC tournament, and it's carrying over into the NCAA tournament.
Jen, when you hear a team is going to play a 2-3 zone the entire game, that because Syracuse, that's their thing, that's what they try to do. Do you perk up a little bit thinking about the opportunities that might become available on, outside?
Um, yeah, I perk up a little bit, but I think it should be easier for us because it's just one thing we have to focus on, which is a 2-3 zone. We don't have to worry about them playing man or trying to switch it to a 2-3. I mean a 3-2 or stuff like that. So we know what they're gonna play. Now we just have to go out and perform and execute.
As a 3-point shooter, when you know that though, does it make you? I mean, how do you feel when you hear this is a team that's only going to play 2-3 zone?
I have the same feeling when I hear a guy team's gonna play man.
Question? Did you all get to watch any of the game yesterday? If so, and what were your initial impressions?
Yeah, we got to watch some of the game, and I feel like we could get the ball into the middle of the paint and short corners, and we'll have success at scoring the ball.
Same for Samarie.
I
Thoughts
agree
about
with Jen.
Syracuse?
I agree with Jen. We watched some of the game. I think we'll be able to attack a lot in the middle, get the ball inside mostly, and then have an inside-out game from there.
Next.
Sorry, when you hear about a zone defense, when you hear that a team is predominantly that, do you get a little claustrophobic because you know they're going to be in there clogging the lane like some other teams have tried to do against you guys?
Yeah, it's a little frustrating for inside players because like we don't know where we're gonna get the ball. We have to work just a little bit harder than we would in man, and we might not always get the ball on the block where we want to get the ball. And it's a lot more movement for us, but I think by now we should be used to it because that's what we got played in for most of the SEC.
For both of you, what's the hardest part about playing against the 2-3 zone? I mean, you guys have struggled against some longer 2-3 zones in the past. What's the key to kind of defeating them, and what are some of the struggles that you have with that?
I think the key for us is ball movement and making sure we reverse the ball and not keeping the ball on one side.
I think for us, like Jen said, ball movement, and also we don't look inside as much, whether it's a guard or a post looking inside. We always want to keep the ball, like we keep the ball going east-west instead of north and south. So.
What about rebounding against the zone? Is that easier or more difficult for you?
For me, I wouldn't say it's either. I think sometimes we don't crash the boards as hard when teams play zone on us, but we've been working on that a lot. Well, for us playing zone, like we learned the triangle, and I don't know if other teams do that, but yeah, it's a little different.
I think
Crashing
it's
boards.
harder to rebound out of a 2-3 zone because you don't have. Yeah, because you don't have, like, when you play man-to-man, you have a specific person to box out. In the 2-3 zone, it's like whoever's on your side, you have to box out and stuff like that. So I think it's going to be harder for them to rebound out of the 2-3.
Kevin?
What did you guys address coming out of Wright today? Because I know you talked about, Janae Thompson talked about you guys didn't pick up some of the rebounds that you thought you should, and then there was also the turnover issue. You guys addressed that going into those practices. Syracuse might have a bit more versatile players than Wright State.
Yeah, we did an after-action review last night and talked about the things that we need to sustain and improve, and rebounding and turnovers were two of those. And we also talked about getting the ball inside and then having the inside-out game was something that we need to sustain. What was something else? The plays that we should run.
Oh, yeah.
Help me out, Jen, please.
I mean, you answered it. He said, did you, like, look at it?
Well, yeah, we did. To
did.
answer your question, yes.
Yeah, I think we got that one covered. Okay. Next question. Anybody else for the student athletes?
Did you guys what did you think led to, because you had a lot early on, and you kind of fixed it later in the game. You guys got by so many points. Was it the fast ball movement that you guys feel careless with it, or because I know you
You talking about why we had so many turnovers?
Well, early on, why do you think you had so many turnovers early on? Was it just jitters or you just had all?
I don't know if it was jitters, but we were being real careless with the ball, and I think sometimes we were too fast for ourselves.
Yeah, I think Jen and Janae, their bodies move faster than their brains sometimes, or vice versa. But I think a lot of it has to do also with indecisiveness and us being so hesitant to make plays and then being so nervous to do it that we make the mistake. So that's something we talked about last night as well.
Samarie, when you have Asia and Jalea coming in, giving the kind of production that they gave in that game, how much better does it make you guys as a team that you have not just two people, but now four people that can, be accredited?
A lot better. Denisha and I don't have to worry about pacing ourselves and thinking about, okay, well, if I exert so much energy now, then I'll be too tired later. Like, we know that if we go hard for the first 4 minutes, we have Asia and Jalea come in the second 4 minutes, and then we go in when they're tired. And it's harder on other teams now, too, because we have two more post players coming in that can give the same effort that we can.
Were you guys, both of the freshmen said that they weren't nervous at the SEC tournament, but when they sat down on the bench here, that they both kind of felt real jittery. Were you surprised to hear that, given how much they've played this last couple? Or were you guys jittery your first NCAA tournaments?
I still get nervous.
Yeah, me too.
I think in the SEC tournament, even if you lose the first game and you're done, you still have the NCAA tournament to play, whereas now if we lose, we're done. And I think for them that being a freshman, you get so afraid to mess up because you don't know what the older players are going to say. But like I said, I even get nervous now because especially today, it's my last go-around. So I think nervousness is for anybody, not just a freshman.
Question here? Yeah, question here.
Talking about how it's your last go-around, do you go into these practices maybe with that thought in your mind, or do you try to block that out in practice?
I wouldn't say I try to block it out, but it's not something that's always on my mind, and I don't play like, oh my God, I have to win. Like, I don't play to win. I'm just playing, just playing. So it's not something that's always on my mind, or it's not something I'm trying to block out.
Samarie, have you pondered this being your last game as a Memorial Falcon?
Not yet. And I didn't mean to say play to win. I meant to say play not to lose. That's what I meant to say. But, yeah, I haven't really thought about it yet. I don't think it's hit me yet. It might, though. Hopefully I don't cry, but it hasn't hit me yet.
Any other questions for the student athletes?
Because Samarie's like, I don't know, words can't describe her. She's emotional, but she's not emotional. So for her to say she's going to cry is just funny. And like, she's sensitive, but she's not sensitive. Yeah. I have no idea what that means. But that's what I'm saying. So we should have a connection. You're going to say alligator. New York don't got alligators. I think she can answer that better than I can. She knows herself better than I do.
Well, I wouldn't say I shield myself. I think I'm the type of person where I'm only going to show that side of me to certain people. Like, I think Coach Mitchell has seen it a lot more than other people because we have that type of connection, and he's made me comfortable enough to be able to just be myself. Whereas other people, they probably think I'm mean and have an attitude, which I do have an attitude, but I'm not the meanest person in the world. But that's just the kind of vibe I give off when you first meet me.
Any other questions? Everybody good? Okay. This time we'll excuse the student athletes to return to the locker room. In the locker room, be